I was a counselor educator, and I taught methods in theory a little bit, but mostly methods, and I established a counseling lab for practicum, which was very much needed, and that was helpful. Well, I met Dr. Kremen when I applied. He was very friendly, very nice, open guy, and had a great sense of humor. Well, he was the program coordinator, so he arranged who taught where, when, and he was hired specifically to develop a K-12 guidance, counseling and guidance program. He retired in 1976, and he stayed connected with the university, which was a nice thing that he did that. And we were building buildings at that time. We're getting his plans together. I showed him the approved plans. He came to my office a number of times, and how is that going to fit with counseling and all those kinds of neat things. And we talked a lot about the building. I took him through the whole building, 5 stories, everything. They loved it. So I was glad I did that. And so I stayed with Marion, and I visited him a lot prior to his death, but I stayed with her and visited her a number of times. She was talking about it would be nice if I could go back up to Yosemite, and I said, why don't I take you? So I did that. We had a great visit. We spent a day up there and came back, and she loved it. And a little further down the road, I just said, well, why don't you go to another park? We go to Kings Canyon and Sequoia, and that's a pretty nice setup too. And she jumped on that too right away. So I took her up there, but I kept her connected with the institution. She said, I've decided to give most of my estate to the university. And then she went down, more specifically, to the School of Education, and even more specifically to the counseling and guidance program. And I'd like to have recognized Ben for all he's done as a pioneer in counselor education, for all he's done in support of all that, to give students an opportunity to get a school counseling credential. And so I'd like to fund them, give them money for do that. It changed the name of the school to the Benjamin and Marion School of Education and Human Development. That's a mouthful, but that's definitely gave them recognition forever with that name change. It's so nice for students to have scholarships, and these are large scholarships, and that way you can pretty much focus on your coursework. Life's a lot better when you go to school. We're a nice couple, and I applaud Ben. He was going to develop a counseling program for K-12, and he did that, and he did a good job. And he was well respected.